Oliver Pichon Luthier here, and welcome to my little shop. I'm building a rosette today, and I wanted to show you how to cut very small little pieces of wood safely on the table saw. So the way we do that, and I'll show you here, is that we have my sled here. This is the sled, and I put in it, I have a piece of 1/4-inch plywood that's glued to a little piece of 1x that I can put back and forth that acts as a fence within my sled. So cutting very small little pieces, and I'm talking about little pieces like this that are 1/16 of an inch thick and just 5/8 of an inch long. Those aren't things that you want to do comfortably on your table saw. You want to avoid any kind of finger injuries, and I'm very sensitive to that. I had an injury years ago with a molding cutter when I was working in a furniture shop, so I am very careful with this table saw. It is one of the more dangerous tools in a shop. So I'll show you how we're going to cut a little piece like that with the table saw. So to rip it, I've set this little fence so that it's 1/16 of an inch. This is 1/16 of an inch away from the blade, and I can lay the piece. This is the piece that we're going to rip here. It's a piece of rosewood, and so we're going to put it in like that, and then we're going to hold it in with a couple of we'll hold it against the fence here, and then we'll hold it down with another stick. My hand resting on this, so there's no way that it's going to slip and fall into the blade. I'm very careful about that. So let's rip one of these, and I'll show you how easy it is to do. And this is a good, accurate way. It's up. This piece of rosewood is up against the fence. It can't go anywhere. It can't kick back. It's against this. I've got a riving knife in my table saw that's going to hold it when it goes through on the other side. So let's do this. So there's how you rip a very thin little piece, something that thin. You wouldn't want to use the regular fence on your table saw. It's too high, and this is just perfect in terms of what we want. So to cut this to length, we're going to use the same kind of system where we can set our little guide here. We can set it over to the distance that we want from the blade here. Like that, and then we'll set this in here like this and hold it down on this end here with a stick, and there we have this little piece of wood that's 1/16 of an inch thick and just exactly the size that we would want. So this is a safe way to cut very small things on the table saw. If they get too small, where they're going to the piece that you're putting up here isn't going to be supported on your sled on either side, then it's too small. At that point, that's something that needs to go in your waste bin for another use. So once we have these cut, then, and I have a whole pile of them here that I just did. These are ebony ones. That was a piece of rosewood that I just used to show you. And then what I do is I cut them to length to fit in here. And the way I cut those to length is I have a little template here that I made, a little guide, and I just set it on top and mark it off like that. And then on my sanding disc here, I'm going to just cut it down. It's so thin that it cuts pretty quickly. And there's those will be those wedge-shaped pieces that go into here like that. So now that these are all cut and fit in there, I'm going to glue these to the piece of paper. And once they're glued to the piece of paper, then I'm going to, with my Dremel and a circle cutter, I'm going to be able to cut the inside and the outside perfect for going into the rosette. And then once those are cut, I'll retrim them slightly because I put a little piece of abalone between each one. But we'll do that on the next video. So if you enjoyed this and you found it useful, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.